What I do, number two. First, I'll show you some of my sources. I got some ideas for ideograms from hieroglyphics. I looked through a couple of big books on hieroglyphics. I didn't really find a lot that I wanted to use. Uh, Person, walk, stand, loaf, life, sky, beautiful, building. Um, this right here, town, is the actual hieroglyph, and I modified it like that to make city. City, town. Arm, foot, dentist. I actually saw this hieroglyph for dentist at my dentist's office. He had an article about it. It's an eye and an elephant's tusk. Okay, and from Chinese characters, I really don't use a lot, but I have to say that in general, my ideograms are influenced quite a bit by Chinese characters. Person, I really like. It's quick and nifty, and it looks kind of like a person. Tree, I really like. Samurai sword, I use that fairly often for the idea of strictness, discipline. Middle is modified from the Chinese character. I just use an oval instead of a square or rectangular shape. Water I use very seldom. I actually prefer my own depictions of water. River I don't use much either. Yeah, I use it. Let's see. I know I use it in my ideogram for India, which is comes from the Indus River. Cooking fire I use a lot. I like that. Power I don't use anymore. Okay, let's look over here. Elaborate on this. Okay, arm. Here is what I call my have arm. It's the arm that I use in my ideogram for have, which is this right here. X is a thing, holding a thing, an arm holding a thing. I also use a heavy dot for a thing. Get. In general, I assume that a person is facing to the right and the movement goes to the right. Or to the right is away and to the left is toward. So that makes sense because of that for get. This is my ideogram for habit. It's what I call an etymid, an etymological id. It uses the Latin. Habit is from the Latin habere, to have. Then this here is a repetition. It's a repetition of my beloved id element, time, in the sense of an instance of something happening. It's related to, no, I won't go into that. Okay, and repetition. This is what I have for can. Actually, I got the idea from the Japanese udegatatsu, which means the forearm stands. And it's an expression that means having ability. Toka udegatatsu, that guy, forearm stands, he can do stuff. And on to can, I add with my adjective indicator, it is able. By the way, I get my adjective indicator for my indicator for color. And this is what I use for power. Can with some emanating lines above it, which seems to work pretty well instead of the Chinese character. Okay, back over here. My notation, it's just stuff I came up with. I think when I was in high school, I was just trying to write faster and came up with some signs. The, is, are, what, which, that, of. Of course, I use of a whole lot, just a dot. Pronouns. I, we, you. The oval is ahead, and the up above it is to. The second person you is the person spoken to. There's he with a flat top haircut. She with longer hair. And it and they. That would be they for that would be they for things, they for people. Yeah, and this is ended up one of my ids for person that I use a lot. It's very versatile. I can make it sit and bend and bow and do all kinds of things. Okay, that's what I use for direct and indirect object. Him, her, them. Use an arrow over a word as a verb indicator. Finish. It's my indicator for beginning, end. Gag, that's not very clearly drawn. And very importantly, I use the dot for of and possessive. My, your, his, her, its, their. Okay, that'll suffice for this video.